Good morning. It's the 1st of Jan 2025 and I'm a little bit hungover. Last night was a lot of fun. Went to Dotonbori and had a great night. It was absolutely packed down there. A lot of people, really good energy for New Year's Eve. So it was good fun. But feeling a little worse for wear this morning. But today's a big day. Got to get packed up. We're checking out of here. And today's the day I say goodbye to my family. So Mum and Liv are heading back to Tokyo. They've got 2 nights there before they head home, and I'm off by myself on the next phase of this adventure. So I've got a hire car that I'm picking up today in Osaka, and I've got an 8-day road trip that I'm about to head off on. Haven't really fully planned it yet. All I know is tonight I'm heading off to Kobe. I've got a hotel booked there, and then after that I'll be figuring it out as I go. So pretty exciting. But first of all, I'm going to get this mess packed up. Let's get it. Put a little leg up. Yeah, beautiful. Well done. Hi guys. Bye! And there they go. Mum and Liv off to Tokyo and my solo adventure begins. So I'm just walking through the station trying to find my way to my line. These Shinkansen stations are significantly larger. They're almost like the size of an airport. So trying to find your way around can be a little tricky at times, especially when you've got to go in between the Shinkansen terminal and the JR terminal. But hopefully I'm on the right track. I've already been walking for about 5 minutes since the last update, so massive. Okay, found my platform, waiting for the train, should be here in about 3 minutes.
A few minutes later.
Here we are, made it to the rental car. So, here is my car for the next 8 days. Look at this little thing. What a ripper. Very excited to be starting this part of my trip. Let's see what we can get up to. Okay, so I'm off on the first leg of my drive today. I think I've got about 3.5 hours to 4 hours of driving. First stop is Mt Ryuo, I think it's called. Found a spot to go look at a nice observation deck. So I think I've got about an hour's drive there. So let's see how we go. So far, so good. Okay, so I managed to just go through my first toll gate. It's a little bit weird, but you've got your ETC card, so it's like our version of the automatic readers, but in Japan you actually do have to go through a gate. So you go through the one marked ETC, because I've got the card, and as you're driving up to it, the gates are closed, and you go through it like 20 to 30 k's an hour, and the gates will open, but they kind of open last minute. So it's a little nerve-wracking just driving straight towards a boom gate, but they open literally probably about 3 meters before you get there, and then you drive on through. So that was one I was a bit nervous for, but that's all sorted and relatively easy, so nothing to worry about there. Just wanted to quickly show you here, driving under monorail tracks. And a few go-over headers I've been driving. Really cool to see the wheels like wrap around the rails. They really do have all different types of trains here. It's pretty cool. Okay, first drive was a success. I've come up this tiny little mountain road for the last probably 10 minutes. I've been driving on a one lane road, which is nearly just a footpath. I don't know if you can see just down there, but there's fallen leaves both sides, and it is literally just the width of the car. So I was lucky not to meet anyone coming down. Did have to pass some people who were walking up the hill. But yeah, I've just gotten here, and I think I've got about a 300-meter walk up to the observatory. So I'm going to jump out and go for an explore. Okay, I've just had a very steep walk up the hill. Not long, only about 150 to 200 metres, but it was like that. So a bit puffed, but found the most beautiful shrine up here. And it's very quiet. There's people in that little tent there having some food. There's a drum there with a fire going. And it is so peaceful here. This is possibly the most beautiful shrine I've been to since we've been here, because it's just so quiet. There's no one else around. So I'm going to keep heading up the mountain and try and find the observation tower. Beautiful. Just hiking through the forest. It's absolutely stunning up here and so peaceful. Not really too sure which way I'm supposed to go, but I've got a raccoon here to keep me company. I have a feeling it's this way. Let's hope I don't get lost in a Japanese forest on top of a mountain. Okay, looks like I found it. There are actually quite a few paths leading off along the way, so I wasn't exactly sure I was going the right way, but I also found a map, which is helpful. Oh, it is absolutely stunning up here. I've seen a few people on the paths, but there's been long periods I've just been walking with not a single human sound that I can hear. Just the wind blowing through the trees and birds. So beautiful and so peaceful. But there's the observation tower. So let's climb up and take a look. Holy shit. I don't really know how well it's going to come up on camera, but this is one of the best views I've ever seen in my life. So I just came across what I think is a woodpecker up in a tree up there banging away. What an experience to see that. I was just standing here quietly and there was no sound apart from a little bit of wind through the trees, and then I hear this knocking sound, and I can hear it coming from a tree up somewhere. I look around, it took me a few minutes to find where it was coming from. Hopefully I managed to get some good footage of it, because that was pretty cool to find. Okay, back in the car. Mt Ryuo was incredible, really loved that. I was thinking of going to Himeji Castle today, but I think that's about a 2-hour drive and it's already 2 o'clock. So by the time I get there, explore, and when I come back to Kobe it'll be pretty late. So I think I'm going to have a bit more of a look at the map, see if there's anything else I want to do, and worst case I'll just head for Kobe. Alright, so I've come down off the mountain and I'm just in the northern suburbs of Osaka. I've just pulled up to grab some lunch, so I've parked in one of these car parking spots. So these little car parks, you see these everywhere. What you do is you drive in, and then after you leave, this bollard sort of thing slides up so that you can't drive out. And then just got to pay in this little machine and it should let me out. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm over there in spot number 5. So in theory, 600 yen. Cool. Okay, change. And now, hopefully, yes, perfect. Flap's gone down and I can drive out. Easy peasy. Okay, coming up on a toll gate here, just got to go through the ETC lanes for the card. And boom gate comes down and just drive on through and it pops up. It's a little nerve-wracking, but it seems to work fine. So here I am in Kobe. I'm just walking around town, heading down to the port where they've got a big observation tower which you can go up and see the city. I think it's going to be about a 10-minute walk, and then I'm going to find some dinner because I am getting pretty hungry now. It's already after 8 o'clock, so well and truly due for a feed. So go on this walk and see what we can find at the tower. Well, here we are. Kobe Port Tower. It's interesting, this area. Seems to be, they've done a lot of redevelopment recently, from what I've read. There's a big flashing building over there. Not really sure what that is. And over there, it's beautiful. It's a big Ferris wheel. And I reckon after I finish here, I'm going to go head over and check out what's over there. Looks like there might be some restaurants and stuff. Find some dinner because I'm getting pretty hungry. But let's head up the tower and see if we can get to the observation deck. Okay, here we are in the observation deck. There's that building I pointed out before as I walked past. I'm still not too sure what it is. I don't know how well you can see it, but those blue and white lights there and this one over here are actually right up on the mountain. Yeah, it looks like they're actually embedded on the mountain face, which is pretty amazing. But the city is so much larger than I realised. Okay, so I've ended up in a restaurant called Bikuri Donkey, and they specialise in hamburger steaks, which is basically just like a hamburger patty, and you eat it like you would a steak. Something I've known about for a while, but didn't think I'd really get around to trying. But this is kind of all that's open right now. But fantastic view of Kobe Harbour at the window, so I'm not going to complain. I'm excited to try something new. Okay, hamburger steak. Let's see how well this is like. So, hamburger steak. Probably wouldn't do it again. It was alright. Definitely wasn't terrible, but certainly not what I would choose given the food you can get here in Japan. But in a pinch, it's not bad. Okay, back at the hotel room, and I'm going to get off to bed. It's been a big day, but very successful first day of my road trip. Absolutely loved Mt Ryuo today. That was probably one of the best parts of my trip so far. And tomorrow I'm going to head off to Shikoku Island. So I think I'm going to have 2 or 3 nights there exploring around. Looks like there's a lot to do there, so very excited about that, but I need to get some sleep because I've got another big day ahead of me tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.